Hey guys, so in the previous video I gave a bit of an introduction about four different parallel execution modes that my framework Appium provides. These are running your test classes and your test cases in series, or you're running your test classes in parallel but running your test cases in series, or running your test classes in series but your test cases in parallel, or running both your test classes and test series in parallel. In this video, we are going to pick up the first execution mode, and that is to run your test cases and your test classes in series. So for example, these are three properties that JUnit provides. So for example, if you keep this property as true, and if you give this as concurrent, everything runs in parallel. If you keep it as true, but if you give test cases as same thread, but test classes as concurrent, then your test classes run in parallel, but test cases in series. If you put this as concurrent and this is same thread, then your test cases run in parallel, but not the test classes. And let's say if you keep both of them same thread, then everything runs in series. But for all this to happen, the parallel enabled flag has to be true first. So if you make it false, it does not matter what the other properties are. It simply will run everything in series. So we have kept the flag as false, and we have here three test classes. So we have test login class, which has got 1 and 2, and in fact 3 test cases because we have a CSV source. So there are 3 test cases here. We have CSV source, so again 2 test cases here, and again we have 2 test cases here, even though you see 1, but because it's a CSV source, there are 2 test cases. So 2, 2, and 3 test cases. So now if I try to run my test from this login package, I should only see one test case should be started. So not all the test classes should run, which is exactly what is happening. You don't see any test being triggered except the very first test that is running now. Let's see if we can see any emulators. So yeah, the emulator has started. Let's see. So this is our login package, this is our login class, this is our first method, and this is our first test case, which by the way, let's click on the emulator, which by the way is this one, the first CSV standard user. So the first test finished. Now you see everything is running in series. So now the second problem user should be picked up. Let's see. So now problem user is picked up. No other test classes have started, which is good because that's the mode that we chose. Now it's going to the third test case, which is this one. And once we go to the next test class, then we'll stop the test, because then we have proved that, for example, only when one class is finished, then the second test class have started, as you can see here. And what you can also see is, because we're running everything in series, we don't need multiple emulators. So one emulator is good enough for us. And this one emulator is being used to run all our test cases. Since tests are basically running pretty quickly, we can maybe as well execute all of them. One thing that you might observe is I'm not doing login in these tests, and that's because I'm using deep links. Because when I'm testing products, I don't have to test login again. So you will directly see us going into the products page, which is what is happening here. So we are skipping login, and that's why our tests are pretty quick, even though we are running them in a series mode. So once this finishes, I think we have successfully proved that our tests can run in series when we pick up our execution parallel enabled mode as false. So that's the first test. I'll stop it now.